Hey guys, it's Mr. Gary here again for another story time with Mr. Gary. And I'm so excited because I've been looking hard and long for a bunch of really good books, and I got a couple boxes from Amazon over the weekend, the holiday weekend, and we have some great books coming up, incredible books that everyone's just going to pretty much love. A couple classics, a couple really sweet, inspirational, and a couple gross ones for the kids who like the gross stuff. Like my good friend Jading likes all the smelly, gross stuff. And we have one just for you. Victor's here already. Hey, Victor. And Adrian, thank you for coming. Beautiful day today. And Faith, hey, Faith. Always love when Faith shows up. So I want to ask you guys, do you have something now or when you were younger, a special toy or something that you would just bring with you everywhere? Hey, Connor and Jacob and the other Connor. Connor spelled different ways, O-R and E-R. Sound the same, but spelled different. So did you ever have a special stuffed animal or blanket or toy? Mr. Gary, I had this little blue plastic elephant that I took everywhere. And I would hold it. And if I would get a little anxious or scared, sometimes I would chew on its tail. But I had it everywhere. And I still have it at Mr. Gary's house on my bookshelf in a special cup just for that little blue elephant. That was my special toy. And the reason I'm talking about my special toy is because today the book is Knuffle Bunny, and it's all about this young lady's special toy. All right, so who else is here? Connor, Jacob, and Connor, and Anthony and Justina. Yes, I had a really nice Memorial Day weekend. Thank you. And David from North Jersey representing. Thank you, David. So Knuffle Bunny by this author that I just love, Mo Willems. I just think he's the coolest writer. Really, really do. Hey, Jaden. And what's nice in this book, it's cartoon drawn in front of real photographs, which is kind of cool. So the story is all about this little girl, Trixie, and her favorite can't live without stuffed animal. And if you see her mom and dad, they're the mom and dad getting married. They're the mom and dad having the little baby. And now the baby's older. And if you can see the dad, clean shaven, scruffy face, full beard. Kind of like Mr. Garris. So, Knuffle Bunny. Without any, the book is too big. Knuffle Bunny. Hey, Kevin, how are you? So, it's going to be difficult to read because the book's gigantic. Not so long ago, before she could even speak words, Trixie went on an errand with her daddy. So there's her daddy and Trixie. And you see Trixie, what she's holding? She's holding a Knuffle Bunny. And the mom's on the stoop waving because the dad's going and he's going to go to the laundromat to do all the clothes. Trixie and her daddy walk down the block. Looks kind of like New York City. I think it's probably New York. Going over here and through the park. Kind of looks like Central Park. And you see all the people out there jogging and walking their dogs. Hopefully he has his little plastic bag to pick up any presents the little dog needs. Hey, Sky and Tommy. Past the school. That's where Trixie will be going to school when she's older. Over here. Past the laundromat. Oh, not past. Into the laundromat. Because that's where they were going to wash all the clothes that day. Adrian, you think I should read The Legend of Trixie? I'm going to have to look that up. I'm always on the hunt for new books, Adrian, so thank you. So Trixie wanted to help her dad, and Trixie helped her daddy put the laundry into the machine, maybe in the machine, maybe on the floor. She was kind of crazy, and the dad was just throwing everything in the basket into the washing machine. Everything into the basket. Hey, David, how are you? Thank you for coming, David. So, She even got to put the money in the machine. I used to love doing that when I was a kid. My dad would always let me put the money into the gumball machines or anything we were buying or the laundromat. And look, they're doing the laundry, but what's inside the laundry? Who knows? Faith, do you know? Knuffle Bunny. Daddy put Knuffle Bunny in the washing machine. That's not a good thing. Hey, Tommy, thank you for being awake. Christmas time, The Legend of Zelda Breath of Wind. Mr. Gary used to play all the Legend of Zelda video games when he was young. So he left, but a block or so later, look, Daddy and Trixie are happy, but all of a sudden, Trixie remembers something. And look at her face. She realized something. Oh, that's her face. Ready? Oh, does that look and see? Oh, I think it's so. What did she realize, Faith? That Knuffle Bunny was gone. She took Knuffle Bunny everywhere. And remember what I said in the beginning of the story. She didn't have words. She couldn't speak. She couldn't tell her daddy, but she tried. So she turned to her daddy and she said, Uncle Flaggle Clopple, because she didn't know how to talk yet. That's right, replied her daddy. We're going home. Does that make Trixie happy? No. The dad thought she was just saying, okay, we're going our way home. But no, she wasn't saying that. She was trying to say, hey, Dad, we left Knuffle Bunny. I'll go flackle clapple. And look, she's shaking her hands up and down. She's flapping like this. I don't know if anybody's ever seen anybody flap like that. I know my son Christopher likes to flap sometimes. And she's trying to get her dad to know what's going on. But she doesn't have words yet. She doesn't know how to talk yet. Blackle flackle, wumble flapple, snurp. And look, she starts to cry. She's so upset. And she's trying to tell her daddy, like, Dad, please, Knuffle Bunny's missing. But she can't speak yet, and her daddy doesn't understand. So her daddy's trying to be nice because he loves her. And says, now, Trixie, please don't get fussy, said her daddy. Well, she had no choice to get fussy because her best thing in the world, Knuffle Bunny, was gone. So when she tried to tell her daddy with words, it didn't work. And she tried to do everything. What do you think she's going to do now? Wow! She loses it. She's so upset. Hey, Shane, thanks for coming. She loses it. She started screaming at the top of her lungs. And I don't know if any of you have done this when you were young. She went boneless. There's a thing sometimes kids do. Chris used to do this all the time. If we were moving him somewhere, you just, like, no bones, like no skeleton, and you just had to drag him along. And that's what she did. Look, dragging along like she had no bones. And she's screaming. Her daddy's trying to calm her down. And she did everything she could to show how unhappy she was. And look, everyone's looking at her. Everyone's staring because this little girl is screaming and crying. And her daddy's trying to calm her down. And by the time they got home, her daddy was unhappy too. He was like, oh, I'm done with this baby crying all the time. He was unhappy. And all the neighbors are all looking, thinking maybe he's a bad dad because he couldn't get his daughter to stop crying. But they knock on the door, and who's home? The mom. And the mom opens the door. And as soon as Trixie's mommy opened the door, the first thing the mommy said, hey, where's Knuffle Bunny? Hey, Mario, where's Knuffle Bunny? And now look at the face. The dad's like, uh-oh. That's why she was so upset, Knuffle Bunny. And look at Trixie. I love that face Trixie has. That face Trixie says, dude, I've been trying to tell you. I've been trying to tell you, Dad, for 6 blocks. Knuffle Bunny. But she didn't know how to say it yet. So now Mom, Dad, and Trixie, the whole family ran down the block. They ran through the park trying to get Knuffle. All of us know what that's like. I think all of us in this group definitely know what that's like. They zoom past the school. and into the laundromat. Oh, I hope they find Knuffle. Who hopes they find Knuffle? I hope they find Knuffle Bunny. So Trixie's daddy looked for Knuffle Bunny, and he looked some more, and looked, and he's throwing people's clothes are on the floor, everything. But Knuffle Bunny was nowhere to be found. And he looked at his little baby girl, Trixie, and he saw that sad face. And the dad said, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep on looking and looking for that Knuffle Bunny. So Daddy decided to look harder. He threw people's underwears and undershirts on the floor. And look what he found. And when he pulled out Knuffle Bunny, for the first time in Trixie's life, she actually said words. She said 2 words. And her first 2 words were, Knuffle Bunny. And look how happy she was. Look how happy Trixie was. And those were the first words that Trixie ever said. And she never let Knuffle Bunny out of her sight again. And definitely didn't let Daddy do the laundry. You know, she never let go of Knuffle Bunny. So that was a cute little story. I like the pictures a lot. And I like it through the city. Mr. Gary loves New York City. I don't know if you guys have ever gone there, but it's really, really nice. I'm not going right now. I'm probably going to wait a couple months before I go back. But I do love going there. So hopefully you enjoyed that book. Tomorrow's book, watch, Miss Simone's going to type super fast. Rocky the Rock That Couldn't Roll. It's hard to be a rock and you can't roll because rocks roll. So Rocky is a rock who couldn't roll. And it's all about his story, his life, Rocky's life. So we're going to find all about Rocky the Rock Who Couldn't Roll tomorrow. It's going to be really fun. Today, we got the amazing Miss Jen from Jen Yoga. It's called something. I forget her yoga studio. But she's our favorite yoga instructor. The best. We just love Miss Jen. Definitely check her out. And you can always go on our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and go POAC Autism Services. And you can see all of our videos, all of Mr. Gary stories, all of Miss Jen's yoga, and Mr. Scott the Music Man, and Mr. Jim, the incredible Key of Awesome Music, and Zumba with Natalia and Mercedes, her mom. You can see all of these on YouTube. Really, really fun. You can spend the whole day. How old is Miss Jen? I don't know. If I had to guess, late 30s, 35, 36. Adrian, she's definitely younger than Mr. Gary. Definitely younger than Mr. Gary. And she's so sweet. And she loves all of you guys. And she loves teaching yoga. Chris is actually, my son, actually done some of the yoga sessions with Miss Jen. And he does a really good job with it. We watch it on home. I put it from my phone. I put it on the TV. Actually, Christopher does that. I really don't know how to do that. Christopher knows how. And we have fun. We do it together. Dad sits on the couch. I don't sit on the floor. But that's just because I'm a little lazy sometimes. And I don't like sitting on the floor. Oh, David, thank you. I love that you enjoyed the story. And please check out all the other ones. And we have more fun stuff. Check out all our stuff. We have lots of great stuff. And we're going to have a couple surprises to announce very, very soon about us all getting back together, doing fun things. Guys, it's coming. It's closer than you think. And I'm really looking forward to it. So keep looking. And moms and dads, if you haven't joined our walkathons now, please, please, cannot beg you enough. This year has been really, really hard on all of us. I know that, but it's been especially hard on POAC. March, April, May is where we have almost all of our fundraisers, and they were all canceled. So join our walk, poacwalk.org. Just help us raise some money so we can help all of these amazing kids that we love so, so much. Oh, there it is. Miss Simone's a really fast typist, you know. And look, she didn't even misspell any words. None. If I was typing, might have said something wrong. So I'm so glad you joined us. Can't wait to see you tomorrow at 11:15. Love you guys. Goodbye. Make a silly face now.